A SOC manager often fights fires within and outside of the SOC. SOC manager is responsible for prioritizing work and organization resources with the goal of detecting, investigating, and mitigating incidents that could impact business. The SOC manager should develop a workflow model and implement standardized operating procedures for incident handling that guides analysts through triage and response procedures. Moving on to the security analyst's role, we have 3 levels or tiers of analyst classifications. At the top, a Tier 3 analyst is one who possesses deep technical knowledge on network, endpoints, threat intelligence, forensics, and malware reverse engineering. They also understand the functioning of specific applications or underlying IT infrastructure. Tier 3 acts as the incident hunter. They are not waiting for escalated events, and they are closely involved with developing, tuning, and implementing threat detection analytics. Next, we have a Tier 2 security analyst. They perform deep dive incident analysis by correlating data from various sources. They can then determine if a critical system or dataset has been impacted. Tier 2 also advises on remediation actions as well as providing support for new analytic methods for detecting threats. Then we have the Tier 1 analyst, and this is where your role and function would fit into the SOC. Tier 1 is primarily responsible for monitoring systems for alert notifications and performing some initial triage of alerts to identify the alert and possibly rule out false positives and so on. Tier 1 is also responsible for monitoring the network and system device health. And when needed, they collect data and contextual information to pass on to Tier 2 for any escalations that may be needed. Shown here is a functional model for security analysts. At the base, we have the skills foundation every analyst needs. This includes device configuration, capture, and monitoring devices and systems for alerts and threats. A Tier 1 analyst plays heavily in these functions. Moving up, we have the collect, analyze, and mitigation functions. Some of these functions are performed by Tier 1, where the Tier 1 collects event data from various sources and passes that data and context into Tier 2, where a more experienced analyst can analyze the data and take actions to mitigate a threat. Tier 3 analysts may also delve into these areas should a Tier 2 analyst require additional assistance. The prevent function relates to the frontline deployment of network security devices to help prevent threats and attacks from occurring. This will help reduce some of the workload on the SOC personnel when threats are thwarted early and in some cases automatically. Detection, of course, is critical in a SOC, and here is where security analysts get their alert notifications from and can begin threat and alert investigation and mitigation efforts.